Hello, gentlemen. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, whatever it is. It's the early hours of the morning here in this hotel room, and I've got to keep my voice down because my voice echoes of a night time. You know what I mean? And I've got to keep my voice down anyway. I don't want anyone banging on my window. So anyway, I'll just say hello to everybody. Terry Jones, good evening. Sean Farrell, Leeds, Ricky. Tan the Man, the rookie cameraman, Cy London, Donald Trump, Barry from EastEnders, just been to Soy 6, lovely stuff, you jammy bastard. Who's this? Rick A. Will let he see his shadow today? Stuart Marsden, Evening Ed House, Koh Lanta. Koh Lanta, well, I'm actually staying in Koh Lanta for 4 days, and it's very, very relaxed. The reason I stayed here for 4 days because it breaks up the journey to Phuket. Because the journey from Phuket, from Koh Lipe to Phuket, is actually quite a long journey. So I just wanted to break it up, and this has been really, really good. It's been very, very relaxed. I'm close to the beach. I'm close to the bars, and this hotel that I'm staying in, I will be doing a review of it. It's a really, really nice little old hotel. Really, really nice, and it's a great value as well. Much better than that last one I was staying in. Anyway, the rookie cameraman, he was at that mosquito wicker basket. I must admit, I wouldn't stay in anything like that again. Yeah, I wouldn't want to be staying in anything like that again. Jack Wild, Rock on Eddie, greetings from Ireland. Okay, greetings. Neil, it's pronounced Phuket. Okay. Rudolph Jacobs, nice to hear from you. Kenny J. Bilbao Kelso, hi, I got back from in Manchester this morning from Battaya. Wow, it's cold. I assume you're talking about Manchester. Oh, well, I hope you had a good time anyway, mate. Pure by Note, V. V, shout out to V. Sorry, I can't shout anything this time. Like, there's a room next door, and the windows are always drawn, and the curtains are always drawn, and it's got a sign saying "Do not disturb." I don't actually know who's in there, but it's 1:30 in the morning here, so I don't want to be disturbing anyone. Chag Mincy, Serja, Popcorn, nice to hear from you. Stephen Gamble, humongous. Donald Trump, Barry from EastEnders, and Mr. Ed Sweeney were in good company tonight. Thank you. Daniel Quickly, have you found a hotel with a squeaky door? Not exactly. Paul Hoskin, did you eat any coconuts on the beach? No, but I've had some quite nice coconut shakes since I've been there. I've enjoyed that. The rookie cameraman, Eddie, you sound a bit bunged up. You've got a cold. Yeah, I have a little bit. A little bit under the weather, being coughing and splitting. I don't know what that. It comes and goes, that sort of thing. I've been sleeping an awful lot. Jeez, I've been sleeping an awful lot. What I've been doing, I've been doing me stuff on the internet early on in the day, and then I've been going down to the beach, having a couple of beers, and there's lots of reggae bars, that sort of stuff down at the beach. It's very, very reggae culture here, very, very wacky, a lot of wacky, backy mushroom places, all that kind of stuff. So basically, I've been having some quite good food, but I've been coming back here to the hotel and just been crashing out. I've just been sleeping so much. I don't know what it is. Neil, who's that? Neil there arrived in Patong 1st of March. Can't wait. Good for you, mate. Jay Dark, I couldn't be asked traveling around. I just stay in Cambodia for twice as long. Okay, well, Cambodia was good. It was good. Live Utopia, even at RRTV, how much is the ferry to, put that one up on the screen. How much is the ferry to Phuket? The ferry to Phuket is, it's 1,000 baht, but I think that includes the transport to the ferry terminal on Koh Lanta and the ferry, but I don't think it includes getting to the other side and heading to the hotel. I don't think it includes that bit, but it's 1,000 baht. The other one was more expensive. I'll review that in another video. Let's see. Spitz Energy, Diff IA porn movie going on next door, probably pixelated like your last live stream. All the best, but all right, nice to hear from you, mate. Yeah, sorry about that. gutted with that live. I mean, usually the mobile phone with True is really, really, really good, and it's really reliable. But it wasn't reliable yesterday, and I made it. Oh, I was just gutted. But anyway, that's probably why I'm doing this stream, because I haven't done a stream like this on this channel for quite a while. Let's see. Billiam, have you been in Bang Tao Beach? Not sure where that is. It might have been. The rookie cameraman. Eddie, do you ever come to a point where you look forward to getting back to Blighty? Well, I not really, but what I do look forward to is the bit where I don't have to travel anymore. I mean, another boat journey, another bus journey, another flight. It gets a bit much after a while, and it does wear you out. I mean, and that's why it will come to the point when I've drank so much, I just want to get into exercise, get into a more sensible diet. Catch up on all me next Netflix stuff. I haven't watched any of that since I've been out here. I have a laptop, but I haven't watched any Netflix or Amazon. Simply because I always seem to have other things to do on here, like editing videos, that sort of stuff. Paul Hoskin, best thing in the world, going down on the beach. I think that's a bit smutty there. Oleg, hiya, now in Jom TM, bloody hot, sad, sticky after 3 months in Europe. Okay, good for you. Ben Dover, sleeping a lot. You've been on the Jamaican Woodbine, mate? No, I've been offered that. A lot of the places where you go, they're all kind of friendly guys who run the bars. You say, they're not often saying, would you like a special shake or a mushroom shake or whatever? I just don't do it. CJ, too many police checkpoints. Is that for motorbikes, is it? Life Utopia, a word of caution on the Roman dogs in Thailand, like that pack that was in your Koh Life video. I got bitten in Koh Phangan by a dog, and that's had a cause of 5 rabies vaccinations afterwards. I know what you mean. When I first went to that hotel in Koh Lipe, and I had my suitcase with me and whatever it was, and those 5 dogs just ran out. I mean, they're not little dogs. I had to run out and oh God, I might take it easy. They quickly get to know you, but it can be a bit intimidating, for some people. And don't forget, you can die of a dog bite. If that dog's got an illness and you don't get it treated, you can die of a dog bite. I know people who it's happened to. Oh, there you go. That was a cheerful thought, wasn't it? Bobby Webber, nice to hear from you. Good early morning, Ed. Bobby does a lot of travelling. Good early morning, Ed. 10:30 here in California. Headed back to San Remo February the 15th, then to Vietnam March the 22nd for 17 nights. Enjoying your vlogs. That's absolutely amazing. Bobby is a real jet setter. Good for you, mate. You're living an exciting life. So good for you. Martin McCormick, good evening. Timmy. Richard O, can you recommend a good site for direct flights to Thailand from the UK? Everything is 1,000 plus. Well, I always use Skyscanner. I always use Skyscanner, and I've lost touch with. I know flights have gone more expensive at this moment in time. I've kind of lost touch with how expensive they are because obviously I'm not actually booking, flights right now. But I always use Skyscanner. That's not a site, that's a search engine. So lots of, but you'll probably get better prices coming up that way. Let's see. Luke Cameron, Richard, all prices are going on. The days of around 500 are over. Okay. Best dressed man, nice to hear from you. Paul Hoskin, a bonk is expensive now. It's expensive. I don't know what to say to that. What's this? The fans. You want to see me? You mean as in you're going to expose yourself? Is that what you're going to do, fans? Nice to hear from you. The rookie cameraman. How much is a bottle in Bangkok? How much is a bottle now in Bangkok? Well, I'm not in Bangkok. I'm in Koh Lanta. It seems like ages since I was in Bangkok. I've forgotten. Oh, I don't know. Not cheap. It depends where you go. Cholinsky, yeah, okay. Nice to hear from you. Nick Ross, you don't sound well, Eddie. Hope all is well. I'm a little bit bunged up, a little bit bunged up, and I'm doing a little bit of coughing, and that's it, that sort of stuff. But But I'm actually feeling okay. I'm actually eating less food and I'm drinking a bit less. So it's a start, and anyway. The reason I'm keeping my voice down low is that I'm in a hotel and it's very, very late at night here. Sandra Taylor, nice to hear from you, Sandra. Hi, Eddie, how are you doing? You sound a bit dunged up. Yeah, I am a bit bunged up. It comes and goes. You get this sort of stuff. It comes and goes on your travel. Sometimes it can be to do with the air con or whatever, or a variety of things. Nice to hear from you, anyway. SC, I've never been here. American white guy here. And is Vietnam a little more less hectic, but still able to meet a nice woman? Vietnam's excellent. Vietnam's a great place. Less hectic? No, Vietnam's quite a hectic place. It's somebody described Vietnam as a very, very noisy place. I was talking to an American couple in Laos once, and he said it's like a breath of fresh air. It's like a breath of fresh air being there because Laos is, they were in Vietnam and it's so noisy. I mean, with the motorbikes everywhere and all that kind of stuff. No, Vietnam's a good place. Gabby Hayes, Richard, I booked directly Thai Airways 913. Okay. Ricky, can't find any fares under $2,200 Canadian to Bangkok from Western Canada. 2000 as much was in 2019. Oh, that's not good. Okay, the rookie cameraman. Eddie, what's the plan in Phuket? Patong, Simulan, PP? Well, no, not PP, because, not PP. I've done enough islands, and I've been to PP before, but I've done enough islands. What I'm doing tomorrow, well, today, in fact, because it's now it's now the early hours of the morning here. Today, in fact, I'm off to Phuket. I'm heading from Phuket. Sorry, I'm heading from Koh Lanta to Phuket. I'm staying there for a week. I've got a hotel booked in Phuket. It looks pretty good, and it looks like it's in a a good location. It's not far from the beach in Patong. It's not far from Bangla Road. So I'm staying there for a week. And that's all I know right now because I've only been to Phuket once before. That was 20 years ago. And I loved it. I stayed there for 10 days and I absolutely loved it. But now you're hearing more negative things about Phuket, ridiculously expensive. I don't know of another place in Thailand that actually divides people more than Phuket. Some people say it's wonderful. Some people say it's terrible. It's a rip-off place. All I know is that this time tomorrow night I should be in Phuket. So I don't really know what's going to happen. I don't even know what kind of videos I'm going to make there. Trolinsky, hey, you pay extra for Phuket? Yeah, well, we'll see. I'm booked in for a week anyway. John Quayle, I'm taking out to Vietnam next week. Vung Tau in particular, 900 Australian dollars return from Brisbane. Yeah, that's a $900 return from Brisbane. Well, what's $900? It doesn't sound cheap return. Vung Tau, maybe you know that Vung Tau. Well, I've been to Vung Tau twice. I liked it better the first time I went there. The second time I went there, I wasn't too keen. It's very, very much an expat's place, and it's lovely ladies there, but quite expensive. Alan Eddie will be watching the rugby. Wales not allowed to sing Delilah. Woke idiots. Well, yeah, because they can't sing like Tom Jones. That's why. Let's see. Hugh Mongers. How far in advance recommend to book a flight to Thailand, Cambodia? Well, if let's say, for example, you're in England. I mean, I wouldn't actually book a flight to Cambodia because, it's going to be more expensive than Bangkok. I mean, book a flight to Bangkok and then sort out Cambodia afterwards, maybe get another little flight. But you probably end up going via Bangkok anyway. How far in advance? I've lost touch with the flights. I really, really have. I've lost touch with. I mean, I'm hearing people saying this was a conversation we had a year ago, but I'm hearing it's got worse now for the flights. I don't know. I don't know what the script is. Nobody knows what's going to happen with the economy or with anything else this year. Maybe a few months in advance, or maybe longer, something like that. Toby Price, good evening, Ed. Loads of soy dogs in my village. An empty catapult makes them run a mile. Just pull it back and they run a mile. You bastard. I'll report you to the RSPCA. Bilbao Kelso, my flight from the 29th of December to 1st of February was 1,380 quid. But for me, well worth the money. That sounds expensive. Well, I'm sure you had fun, mate, anyway. The funds, I'll expose myself, but you have to pay bar fine, my friend. Okay. Barry from EastEnders. Ed, go to the full moon party in a couple of days. Where are you again, Ed? I mean, the full moon party's in Koh Lanta. I went to the full moon party last year, didn't I? It's a bit old the full moon party, but whatever floats your boat, you know what I mean? It probably was good fun anyway. A lot of young people enjoyed it. Good for you anyway. Bobby Webber, Vietnam is a great place to meet women. Dress sharp, walk around and smile. You will meet a woman. It's going to cost you nothing for free. Okay. It also Vietnam is a great place. Kel, I paid $640 direct London to Bangkok last November and again this May. Well, that sounds good. If that's return, then that's good. If that's a return, then that's good. Nick Ross, please get well soon. Loads of on vitamin C and yeah, I was eating oranges last week. I haven't managed to get hold of any oranges here for breakfast this time. Bobby Crush, get on the lamp sips, Eddie. I was thinking of that. I was actually thinking of that. Thanks for that. Spits Energy, Eddie, you don't seem so chipper. Just got Bella a 6-week-old dachshund. Oh, I love dogs. Melted my heart when I picked her up from Chiang Mai Airport. Just about fitted in my hand. Dog therapy is off the scale. I love doggies. I love doggies. I think Bella's your little child anyway. A little dachshund. I love animals. Do you know, out of the window here where I'm staying, I mean, you see lovely cows, and at the daytime, they're eating, and I called out when they looked up. I mean, and apparently there's monkeys around there as well. I mean, the guy who runs the hotel here has told me, there's a little balcony where you can sit outside with a chair and table and all that. But he said, don't put any washing on these railings here because, there are monkeys that will come and steal them. So, but yeah, good for you. Anyway, I love animals. Absolutely love animals. I love those doggies. Those ones that were in, at first they were intimidating, but those ones that were in that bungalow place in Koh Lanta, I got to know them quite well. And the cat that come into my room and climbed into the safe. Well, I love animals. Let's see. The rookie Cameron, decent lad. The Thais are giving out 45-day visas. I think, yeah, but that's as far as I know. That ends at the end of March, doesn't it? John S. Hey Eddie, check out Nayang Beach near Phuket Airport. Very nice. Really? Well, I'm not going anywhere near the airport. I've forgotten the complete geography. All I know is Patong in Phuket, and that's where I'm staying. So when I wonder, I don't even know this. When I arrive in the ferry at Phuket tomorrow, how far is that away from Phuket, from Patong? Because I don't think the ferry ticket that includes the transfer. I don't think it does. I booked my hotel, but the ferry port to Patong, how far is that? I don't know. Well, I'll find out tomorrow anyway. Bobby Crush, that coffers from smoking too many spliffs on coal light. No, definitely not for me, mate. David. Dave Bonaya, good to see you drinking Chang in the last video. Well, the reason I was drinking a pint of Chang, I mean, that nice restaurant, what was it called? What was it called? The one that's on the Koh Lanta beach. Can't remember it. The steakhouse. Uh, they advertised during happy hour that they've got a pint of draft Singer or draft Chang for 150 baht. And yet every time I've asked for the draft Singer, they haven't got it. So I ended up with a Chang, but it was okay. The hamburger was lovely. That cheeseburger, beautiful. Okay. Martin Ryder, are you in Phuket? No, not yet, Mark. Nice to hear from you, Mark. No, not yet. I'm going there today. I will be. I'll be on the ferry. So this time tomorrow night, I'll be nice and I'll be probably hitting the town, Bangla Road, just to check it out to see what's happening there. Anyway, but I'll be in Phuket for a week. A week, I was thinking of that later. Maybe a week isn't long enough because there's a lot to see in Phuket. But I thought I'll just give it a week anyway, see what happens anyway. I really don't have a plan for Phuket. Other than that, I'm going to be in Patong as from tomorrow. Toby Price, burning season all over here in Thailand now. Air quality is very poor. Oh, I want to keep away from all of that. Josh Smoo, drive down to Seattle and you can fly for around $1,000. Well, that sounds good. Sounds good. I'm sure there's someone going to appreciate that info. Martin Ryder. It will be interesting to do a price comparison with Battaglia. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely, Martin. And I promise you, I will do that because Battaglia is coming up very, very soon afterwards. I'm gonna get, I've got about another month really of my travels to go. Another month, or is another 5 weeks, something like that. So I've got a week in Phuket, a little bit of time in Bangkok, and then the last 3 weeks will be in Pattaya. So I'm going to be going out on a hedonistic note. But it will be interesting a price comparison between those two places. Oh well, there you go. A bit of ration a bit. I've only got three little cans in the fridge here, and I don't want to run out. Techie Bay, it's not ridiculously expensive. Just spend 3 weeks there and you'll love Patong, Eddie. Great. Good for it. But now, Techie Bay is a proper traveller. He goes by his own experience. It's not ridiculously expensive. Just spend 3 weeks there and you'll love Patong, Eddie. Okay, that's great. That lifts me up, Techie. Thanks for that, mate. Thanks for that. Paige just one. I got mixed feeling of Phuket. It's nice for a week or two. It's probably best for families. Um, I was there 20 years ago. It's a Phuket for everyone, really, isn't it? But I would have thought like it's more for a younger crowd rather than the older crowd. I think the older guys will want to go to Pattaya, really. But like I say, 20 years is a long time ago, and so let's see what happens anyway. Richard, old cool T-shirt, thank you. Kel, all the people slating Phuket have probably never visited. Yeah, that often seems to be the case. World traveller forever. Make sure you check out Susie Wong's in Bangla Road, Ed. Absolutely worth it. Okay, I'll give it a go. I'll tell them you sent me. Let's see, best dressed man. I had a 3 day in Phuket from Pattaya last November. Bloody noisy in November. Well, November can be a bit of a rainy month, can't it? The rookie cameraman. Okay. Paul Hoskin. Hey, you say it's been rain there recently, but in this part of the country. I mean, there was a bit of rain in Malaysia, which is not that far from Phuket, and also a couple of other places. Where did I go after that? Langkawi and whatever. But I think it's gone. I don't know. I think the weather will be good. I think it'll be good. Paul Hoskin, I love a jam sandwich. Good for you, mate. Stephen Gamble, there are no cheap flights anymore. Okay, well, like I said, I've lost it. We had this conversation, didn't we, about a year ago about the flights rocketing up. But I booked my flight last summertime, and it goes up all the way to March, and I've got my flight in the bag. But when it comes to time to book the next flight, I don't know. It's just I'm not earning good things. Let's see. Jackie B, just on Phuket and Pattaya. Yeah, Pattaya is 20 baht cheaper for a beer on average, but that's it. Food's the same. That's good to hear. 20 baht. Well, that's good. That's good to hear. That is good to hear, mate. Anyway, I'll find out pretty soon, and I will, of course, be doing plenty of reports from Phuket anyway. So it's going to be interesting to go there. Just after this, I've got a video coming out, by the way, about those speedboat crossings. I've done a speedboat crossing from where was it? Last Koh Lanta to here, a 3 hour speedboat crossing. Oh my God Almighty! It was a real hair raiser. It was, and I think it's going to be another speedboat tomorrow from here to Phuket. So oh God Almighty, it's good. They're quite hair raising. Not everyone's cup of tea. Let's see. Nick Ross, the UK economy is now out of control. It will get worse in the morning. When it's all over, it will be the place to go. When it's all over, Jesus Christ. I'm not in good. I've lost touch with them with the media as well. I've lost touch with bloody everything right now. What's happening. I often watch Sky News a lot, but I haven't been watching much of it recently. But it's now been a year, hasn't it, since that war kicked off? Anyway, we don't really want to talk about that, but things are not looking good. Apparently, it's 100 days since Rishi Wishy Washy came into power, and nobody voted for him other than the Conservatives. I mean, the public didn't vote for him. I've kind of lost touch with what's happening, really. Santa Taylor, 2 new variants of antivirus in the UK. Never owned. Doom and gloom, doom and gloom, doom. I think I'm just gonna. I'm gonna. What did Prince say? Party like it's 1999. I think for the next month, I'm just gonna. Once I hit Phuket, I'm gonna go on a hedonistic spree. I'm gonna live. I'm gonna eat, drink, and be merry. For tomorrow, I kick the bucket. You know what I mean? Eat, drink, and be merry because I go back to the UK after that. Alan Eddie, you got the wrong end of the stick. Ban the song Delilah. Why have they banned the song Delilah? Well, is it because it's about murder or whatever? Is it murder? Whatever. Yeah. Oh, I think. What is that song Delilah? Is that about murder? Does he break down the door and it's about jealousy, isn't it? Doesn't he murder her or something like that? Is that what it's all about? New biker Eddie, good morning. Do you ever hire a motorcycle to see more of the place, or are the roads too dangerous? I don't hire motorcycles because I don't ride motorcycles back in the UK. I'm a car driver. I like the I like the safety of a car. I've seen too many accidents in my time. I've seen them in the UK on motorbikes, and I've seen people killed on motorbikes here in Thailand. I seen one about a year ago in Wahen. Some poor bugger, was pulling out of one of the soys one night. He'd obviously had a few beers. He was on a motorbike. He wasn't wearing a helmet, and he was lying there dead in the middle of the road beside his motorbike. It's just not worth it. I'm not doing any of that. Delayed Dave, I know you feel that. You just got back from Saudi and tested positive for COVID. Second time in 6 months. Oh my God, sorry to hear that, mate. Anyway, sorry to hear that. I think I met Delayed Dave. I think I met him in did I meet you in Pattaya anyway? I hope all's well anyway, mate. Get better soon. Bobby Cush, you can't put washing on the line in Liverpool either. Strange thing is, there's no monkeys. You'd have to nail everything down there, don't you? Ricky, I woke up today and everything's the same as yesterday and the day before. Okay. Nick Ross, years ago, we used to eat monkeys and curry and barbecue. It used to be called bushmeat in Chiang Mai. I've never actually had a monkey. I've had lots of other animals, and lots of other animals, but never a monkey. I wonder what they taste like. Richard, though, will you be heading to Jomtien Beach at all? Probably, but it's not the most exciting place, is it? I'll be spending the last 3 weeks in Pattaya of my travels, and I probably will make it to Jomtien, but it's not really a place that excites you very much, really. I don't know. Maybe it's a lot better than what it appears. Let's see. Bill Balkelso. Oh yeah, you said spliffs are not for you, but you did not smoke. What? You did not smoke on a Pattaya with Well, that was only for the sake of a video, wasn't it? Only the sake of a video, and that was age restricted, so I couldn't put it on this channel anyway. Not my cup of tea. S4 Travels, K4K. Hey mate, hope you're okay. How's the cold? You're not in AC rooms again. I'm in an aircon room anyway, and I've got a little bit of a cold, a little bit of the sniffles. It's nothing too serious. I've been coughing a little bit. I was coughing in that place in Koh Lanta. It comes and goes, comes and goes. Nice to have SK Travels does some wonderful walkabout videos, by the way. Check out his channel. He's doing some great stuff in Turkey and many other places. Wonderful stuff. Check out his channel. What's this? Cholensky. Bro, you got old and can't give advice for mongers. I don't know. I don't know. That seems to do okay. Some of my videos do okay. It's a shame as a doctor. I went into Wahin in the morning. Good for you, mate. Wahin's a nice place. Wahin's a very nice place. That's Wahin in the background there, by the way. That image at the back of me. I took that photo in there in Wahin. Some people say Wahin is the best place in Thailand. Good for you, anyway. The rookie cameraman. You on the Samsung there, Eddie? Last time I had that, it sent me sideways. Proper rough at the morning after. Definitely isn't what it used to be. Quality's gone right down. Try Blend 281. Okay. To be honest with you, I wouldn't mind. I would love a nice Samsung or Hong Thong right now. But I resisted buying it because the thing is, I would have drank the whole bottle, and I've got to be up tomorrow to get a speedboat, and I'd probably be throwing up. Yeah, I don't want to be going onto that bloody speedboat. Having had loads of alcohol down me or anything like that. So that's why I'm taking it easy on the booze. Colin Green. Hello, Eddie, all the way from Kingston upon Hull. Enjoying your videos, pal. Okay, cheers. Thanks for that. Dean, how much will we be spending on rent when in Phuket? Well, how much is that hotel? I don't know. I can't remember what I paid for that hotel for 7 nighs. For 7 nights, I think I can't remember. I think it's about 38 quid a night, and it seems to be a nice hotel, and it's close to the action as well. It's quite close to the beach, and it's close to Bangla Road and all that kind of stuff. So I think it's about 266 quid for 7 nights there. So I think that's what I paid. Anyway, it's all booze anyway. Chris Gallen. Hi Eddie, I'm heading to Wahin a week on Monday. It looks like the exchange rate is poor for the pound versus baht, less than 40. It's nothing's getting any better for us, mate. Nothing's getting any better. Paddy from EastEnders. I'm in Pattaya tonight, but flying to Koh Phangan tomorrow. Coming back to Pattaya in 3 weeks. Okay, well, so you're staying in Koh Phangan for 3 weeks. A lot of people love Koh Phangan. I mean, it wasn't my favourite island, but it's very much geared up for younger people. It's well known for the full moon party, and it's a lot of good things about it. So you have a great time, mate. You have a great time. Enjoy Phuket. Hopefully I will. Martin Ryder, good to see you really exploit the cultural side of Thailand 1 week and Phuket and 5 weeks in Pattaya. Okay, yeah, I like a mixed bag. You know what I mean? The thing about traveling, it's not all roses. You have your ups and your downs. Some of the islands I've been, I really feel like Robinson Crusoe in some of the places. You feel, sometimes you feel, what am I doing here? It may be a beautiful island, but you think to yourself, what am I doing here? Whatever. But it's all part of the adventure, isn't it? An adventure doesn't always go roses all the way. Sometimes you have your ups and downs, you know what I mean? But I'm glad that I've done it. Even some of the most negative places I've ever been to, I'm still glad that I went to them because it's what traveling's all about. Spits Energy. As you know, Eddie, I'm up in Chiang Mai. Toby's right, air quality is not so good. Just bought a couple of air purifiers today. Yeah, I've heard that. I've been to Chiang Mai about 3 or 4 times, and it's never been an issue for me. But I think I've been there at the time before all that burning season gets underway. Yeah, no, I don't think I'd enjoy that very much. Let's see. Richard O. Skyscanner are doing Eva direct from London to Bangkok in June uh, for 774. Okay, well, that's not bad. It's not brilliant. It's not brilliant, but that's not bad at all. June that's probably low season. That is. Yeah, okay, that sounds all right. Not brilliant, but it's not really that bad. And Eva is a good airways. Let's see. The Rookie Cameron, Barry, better Suratani Airport than Ferry. So much cheaper. Yeah, I think, I don't think, what's it called? Koh Phangan's got an airport, Samui. I think he'd be going to Samui. El Terrifico. El Terrifico, got here late, Eddie. Glad to hear that you're back on the move. Okay. Okay. Cheers. That always good to hear from you, mate. Nice to hear from you. S Towers 4K. Seen videos on Phuket. Looks good. Busy nights. Do you know? I mean, really. I mean, there's probably a lot more to a lot. When I've actually booked a flight from Phuket to Bangkok next week. So I've given myself 7 days in Phuket, and I thought, I don't know, maybe if I really like Phuket, I might end up wishing that I'd stayed there a bit longer. But I've got 7 days, and it's up to me, to just get out there and make something of it. Really. Lawrence Wells, Phuket is better than Pattaya. Well, I've been to both. Good say, hands on Phuket is better, no matter the price to be paid. Okay, good for you, mate. Good for you. Someone says Lawrence Wells, book early for flights is the message. 7 to 8 months ahead. Okay. The Walking Dude, evening, Ed. Hope you're having a blast. Well, I mean, this week I'm having a very, very laid back time. I'm here for 4 nights. The hotel that I'm staying at, this is a nice little gaff. This, it really, really, really is. It's very, very clean, and it's central to the beach and everything else. And this is 70 quid for 4 nights. So that's about £17.50 a night, and I'd say that is bloody good value. Really good. Nick Ross, Thailand has changed, Eddie. It's time to find new places, beaches and venues. Thailand is over. How about the Blonde Festival in Riga, Latvia? Also a Redhead Festival, which is amazing. Yeah, that sounds bloody. Well, tell us more about it. Well, give us more information on that then. Sounds good to me. The Blonde Festival, the Redhead Festival. It sounds bloody good, doesn't it? Would that be YouTube friendly, though? So many YouTube channels are running into problems, showing girls and bikinis and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, here's one. Dixie Normus. How are you, Ed? Are you finally there? Well, tomorrow I will be. Check out the Kangaroo Bar on Bangla Road, Ed. One question. Where's your best tip to save money if you're traveling for a few months like you? The best tip to save money is don't go hell to leather all the time. I mean, if you are in an expensive place and you're going to spend over budget, then try and compensate with finding another place where you're going to go under budget. I mean, this place, I'm only staying here in Koh Lanta for 4 days, but this is it's turned out to be a very, very cheap place to stay, simply because I'm having a very, very relaxed week. The hotel's great value. The food and drink is reasonable value. So this is a place where you can actually pull back on your budget. Nick Ross, have great suction. Put tires in the shade. Are you talking about those blondes and redheads in Riga? The Walking Dude says he's never been too fond of Phuket. Okay. The Rookie cameraman, Barry checked to see him in. Okay, let's see. Can Bangkok, when entering Thailand, do airlines check for an ongoing ticket, or are they happy on a one-way? I've got a no visa, so we'll be there for a year. Well, I've never been asked for one personally. I think I've almost always had a return ticket, but I've never been asked for one. So that's my answer. I've never been asked for one. Bryn Roberts, Camilla Beach is a nice area. Not so busy. Nice bars on the beach. Now I have booked for 7 nights in the Patong area. I haven't booked for Camilla at all. So I wonder how far is Camilla from Patong? Would it be worth me going there? Really? Lawrence Wells, interest rate is 4% today in the UK. It's all going downhill, mate. Everything's bloody going downhill. Alan Edge, Eddie, there will be a really good pint of Guinness waiting. There'll be a really good pint of Guinness waiting for you at Molly's Tavern, Patong. Okay, thanks for that. I don't know Phuket. Last time I was in Phuket 20 years ago, the bar that I went to quite a lot was a great rock bar called the U2 Bar, and I really loved that place. And I met the barmaid. I had a night out with the barmaid there. It was absolutely wonderful, and a bit opportunistic though, as they are. But the Molly's Tavern Batong, okay, give it a go. A Scotsman in Asia. People all over the UK are still striking. Oh, the actual news. Every time I switch the news on, it's like back to the 1970s. I mean, Britain seems to be a fairly depressing place right now. Well, one of the things that I'm going to develop when I get back to the UK is the other channel, the Steady Eddie Live channel, because there's going to be so much to talk about. And one of the big questions that we've got, I'm going to, we've got to discuss really. It's not a very popular topic with some people, but Brexit happened years ago now. Is it been a success or a failure? It looks to me like it's been more of a bloody disaster than anything. I mean, the pound's fallen through the floor. We got strikes all over the place. Um, we got strikes all over the place. Immigration, take back control of our borders. Uh, and we got more illegal immigrants in the UK than we've had ever before. And as for the national health, that magical 350 million quid a week that was going to be going to the national health. I mean, look at the bloody state of the national. I mean, Brexit has taken us backwards. That's the way it looks to me. But we'll talk about that in the Steady Eddie Live channel sometime. Bobby Crush. Apparently, Delilah glorifies domestic violence. The woke mob have banned it. Okay, well, yeah, okay, yeah, okay. I mean, you go back and there's an awful lot of songs which have got dubious lyrics, isn't it? Haven't they? There's an awful lot of songs that wouldn't get past the censor now. They've got highly dubious. Yeah, Delilah, wonderful song. It's but glorifies domestic. No, I don't know. I mean, what can we do now? What can we do? We can. It's gone to a stage now where we can't sing a song without worrying. We can't tell a joke. I mean, we can't watch some of the funniest movies ever, like Blazing Saddles or anything like we. It's getting to the bloody stage now. We can't do anything. You go on about that song, that Tom Jones song. I mean, that other wonderful singer. I think he's got Alzheimer's now. Tony Christie. He never had the charisma of Tom Jones, but he had a wonderful voice. But if you actually listen to Tony Christie's songs, I mean, he had terrible trouble with his wives. I did what I did for Maria. His missus gets, ganged, gang banged. Well, what's another one? Drive Safely, Darling. His missus dies in a car crash. So many songs Tony Christie recorded with his missus is gone by the wayside one way or another. It must be kind of unlucky in love. But anyway, Delilah glorifies domestic ban. Oh, I don't know. This woke is just getting on me bloody nerves. It is. A Scotsman and Asia need a drop of honey or a pint of Guinness. Okay, that's sort of either right now. Yeah, here's the answer question. Toby Price, 45 minutes from the pier to Patong. Okay, so was there only one pier in Phuket? Okay, 45 minutes. I don't really know. I don't really know how I'm going to get there because the ticket that I've got, which I paid £1,000. No, I paid £1,000 for, not £1,000. I paid £1,000 for is the pickup from this hotel to Koh Lanta pier and for the speedboat ferry across. So when I get to the other side, I don't think the ticket. So I don't actually know I'm going to settle that. It's probably going to be some kind of taxi mafia waiting there for me. But thanks for that anyway, Toby. Let's see. Losden. Chemist for that, yeah, I didn't need it. Yeah, I need something like that. Nick Ross, stay well clear of motorbikes in Thailand. Yeah, good advice. Unless you really, really, really know what you're doing. Bobby Crush says, apparently, if you're over 50 or over, you don't need an onward ticket. It's a little known rule. It's the first I've ever heard of that. Scotland and Asia, are you at Everton or Liverpool? I'm not a big football fan, but I'd like to see Liverpool do well. But I'd like to see Liverpool do well. But I don't know. Everton's the controversial one right now, aren't they? Oh, Jesus Christ. Everton fans are not happy. I know that much. Nick Ross, monkeys taste great. Okay, I'll have to give one of them a try. I mean, the monkeys that you get here are ugly bastards, aren't they? They're ugly creatures. Really. They're characters, but they are ugly bastards. Same as Doctor. I was in Chiang Mai, decent enough, but no beaches. Uh, I've been to Chiang Mai about 3 or 4 times, and I wasn't too keen on the last time there, but maybe I've seen more in it. You know. When are you going to move out there for good? It's a question of where really. Where would I move? It's a big move, and you got to make sure you know what you're doing. So I'm still really undecided. Anyway, I've got other ideas right now. McLaren F1 race, Mr. Eddie, good to see you on, mate. Okay, hello, Clive. Nice to hear from you. Dixie knows, Ed, what Bang Chang like, and is it worth a night out there? Bang Chang, I believe that's it. Is that near Pattaya? Is that the new one that I've heard some people going on about? I'm not familiar with that one yet. I haven't been there. If you're in Pattaya, I'd say Pattaya is good enough. Let's see. Issa, man, you get away from fat, tattooed women in your social. Well said. Nice to hear from you, mate. Ned Bundy, how many times have you been to Thailand? Well, over the last 20 odd years. Lots I can't remember. Loads of times. Can't remember. Never counted. Let's see. Lawrence Wells, Eddie, how long is the ferry from mainland to Koh Lanta? Well, I got a speedboat, which was breaking the speed limit. Bloody hell, it was. You will see this on a video. The speedboat journey, and that was still from Koh Lanta from Koh Lipe to Koh Lanta. It was still about 2 hours and 45 minutes, and that was breakneck speed. Get yourself on a Phuket boat tour at James Bond Island, Mayor Bay, etc. It's pretty touristy, but not a bad day out for the money. I've done all that. I did do that about 20 years ago. I've been to those places, James Bond Islands. I do that again. I probably would do that again. But the problem is, that's a very, very long day, that is. That's a long day. I mean, it's like about 7 in the pickup, 7 in the morning till drop off back at your hotel 7 in the evening, and I can't really do 12-hour days anymore. That's like 11 or 12 hours. That is. I'd be knackered with that one doing it now. But you're right. It would be interesting. I don't know. I might still make the effort, but I'd rather do a 6-hour tour rather than a 12-hour one. Richard O. Just found another EVA direct flight for June, July, 728. Bloody bargain. I might have some. Yeah, do it. EVA's a good airways. It's a good airline, Richard. Good for you. Let's see. We're watching from an undisclosed location in downtown Mogadishu. Eddie, would you contemplate going back to Kampot? Thanks. Would you contemplate going back to? Of course, Kampot's a good place. It is a good place. And I've done a really good review of it. And a lot of the expats really, yeah, Cambod's good. I'd like to see a lot more of that place. I really, really would. I'd stay in a different hotel, one that was close to the town. But what I did notice, there's a YouTuber out there somewhere. I don't know if he lives there, and he was going on about the cost of living in Kampot. And I noticed at the end of it, he pinched a little bit of my video at the end and featured me. And good for him, man. Good for him. No problem with that at all. Ben Harrison even allowed 2 times 23 kilo. Even a good. They're a good airline. Ben Harrison. Thai is normally 30 kilograms, depending on the class, but Eva is 46 max divided into the two. Yeah, Eva's bloody good. Absolutely. Definitely recommend them. So like I say, Solid, you will screw Phuket. You can't catch the hungry fish. Well, like I say, I'm off to Phuket tomorrow, and the reason I'm doing this live stream, well, one of the reasons, because I goofed with the live stream on the beach yesterday, and I wanted to get a live stream on, but I'm not really sure what to expect. Maybe a week. There's probably going to be a lot going on in Phuket. Maybe a week is probably not long enough. I might need a bit more than that. But I'll try and do as much as I can. I'll try and make as many videos. Try and find. I don't really know Phuket, so I don't really know where to start. But yeah, yeah, I'll have a look at all the relevant stuff anyway. Just see what I can do for the next week. I'm quite excited about it, really. Rick, hey, high air pollution in a lot of places in Thailand right now. Might have to cancel travel there until next fall. Oh well, there's just yeah, people cancel flights for a lot of reasons. Nick Ross, islands soon become boring and dull if you stay in them too long. Yeah, they are. I mean, if you see too many, I mean, if you see too many islands, I mean, after a while they all start looking the same. And yeah, but it is still nice being on an island. I mean, Koh Lipe, I like Koh Lipe because it had a real island feel to it. Some islands don't have an island feel. This is good. This is a good place here, and it's cheap. It's good value here. The hotel's good value, and within walking distance of the beach, there's some great reggae bars on the beach, and it's good. It's a good little gaff. Koh Lanta's cool. Oh, where am I there? Okay. Johan, in Phuket or Koh Lanta now? I'm in Koh Lanta now, and I'm heading to Phuket later today. Neil Fleet, nice to hear from you, Neil. Hope you're doing well and enjoying yourself. Okay, I am. I'm doing okay. I come to Koh Lanta really because I didn't fancy a big long journey um, from Koh Lipe to Phuket, and it was quite a long journey. So I thought this will break things up, and it's been nice and pleasant. I'm actually glad that I've come here. It's been all right. Dave Andrew, I'm back 22nd of February going to Koh Chang again. Flight was 900 quid from Glasgow with Emirates in December. Now 1300 return. And I got some Thai baht in the UK at 39. Well, nothing's getting any better. Nothing's getting any better there, value, is it? Brian, that's what Eddie, when you fly home, March, early March. So I've got about another 5 weeks here now. So I'm going to go out on a high note. Sean, man, I was in Phuket 2007, 9/11. Oh, the girls back then were outstanding. Oh, okay. Dixie Enormous. Eddie, tell us all the truth. Are you minted? No, definitely bloody no. Definitely no. The Nuki cameraman. Anyone else know what's happened to Bangkok 112? I don't know. I mean, there was a rumor going around that he's no longer with us. He's dead. I've heard rumors that he died in a car crash or whatever. But nothing's been heard of him really. So I'm starting to believe some of those rumors. Martin Ryder, my mate did a Nigerian girl over his rental car bonnet in Valencia port for €25. That sounds that's that's one for the records, isn't it? Yeah, it's worth remembering. Being there, done that. A Nigerian girl over the bonnet of a car sounds good to me. Steve, just walking about Turkey was in Kusadasi. When I was there, if you took one card and told them I'll be back, that they went because I didn't go near that place. Yeah, yeah. I'm not quite sure what you mean there, man. Not quite with you there. Nick Ross, of course, it's YouTube festival. You'll find it all on the internet. Ever thought of using Vimeo? Vimeo. Vimeo? I used to look at that Vimeo years ago, but I don't know. I never look at things like that anymore. I hear an awful lot of people going on about Rumble. The problem with Rumble is that they may be more liberal in terms of what you can show, but if you make a video and then hand it over to Rumble, then they own the copyright to that video. You know what I mean? You no longer own that video, and I don't. Know, I think I'll just, for all its problems, I think I'll just stick with YouTube for now. Let's see. Sheen Rana, nice to hear from you, Sheen. Hey, Ed, from my memory, it's about 45 minutes from the harbour to Patong. Okay, well, I can do with 45 minutes because it actually took me longer than that to get here in Koh Lanta from the harbour to here, mainly because the driver got lost. There is a video coming out which will document all of that. Solensky, Regan is some girls. You never expect you can't make a video. Okay. Ben Harrison, for about $12, you can get onward ticket reservation online and provide the check-in with a copy. Cheaper than losing a whole ticket. Okay. Dixie Enormous, Camel had 10 minutes in a tuk-tuk. Is that from Patong? Is that from Patong? That sounds interesting. Bryn Roberts, only a 10-minute journey from Patong to Camelot. So that is the same as like Pattaya to John TM. That's about 10 minutes, isn't it? Something like that. Is that what it is? That sounds all right. Let's see. Sean Mann, Camelot is a short ride. The beaches are much better in Camelot and Carter. Okay, well, I want to do things while I'm there in Phuket. I've been a bit lazy in some of the other islands that I've been, but if there's so much to do in Phuket, then I want to come alive and start doing things. Nick Ross, those festivals in Latvia are YouTube friendly. Time to scrap YouTube and move to another site like Vimeo. Much better than Okay, think about that. I'll think about that. I mean, the thing is, I don't know. It's all become a bit strange, hasn't it? YouTube. I mean, they don't like YouTube. Don't like the female form. They don't like seeing girls in bikinis and whatever. There was a site. There was one bloke. Can't remember his name now. He did videos. He liked filming topless events, girls topless, and but he couldn't get monetization, obviously, with that. But I eventually looked at his site and his YouTube channel, and all his videos are being taken down. So even though they weren't monetized, he had to take them down anyway. Anyway, so I mean, what's the point? I mean, we all know this. Oh, the script. Yeah, Martin Ryder, many backpackers arrive in town without any onward tickets. Never been asked in 25 years. I've never been asked either. Let's see. Ben Harrison, Brexit is a total disaster. Well, where's the 350 million quid a week that was going to go to the national health? Why are the nurses striking? Why is the pound, lost so much value? It's just gone from week to week here. And why are there more immigrants coming into Britain than there ever were before? I mean, Brexit is a total disaster. Well, I'd say that it wasn't a success story. It's not a rip-roaring success, that's for sure. Alan Edge, Eddie do a live from a paraglider. I'm not so sure if that's. I don't want to do that anyway, but I'm not so sure how many people would be interested in that. You know, I mean, I've done a video from the Sky Bridge and the cable cars in Langkawi, and it, you know, it wasn't. It didn't. It didn't go down particularly well. So I don't know. I don't know. Bother with stuff like that. Let's see. Paul Housen, I had been back in the UK 4 days. It's so depressing. Oh well, do you know what? If I'm looking forward to getting back to the UK for any reason, it's so I can get my online shopping at Asda, and sit in front of my big TV watching Netflix and catching up on Netflix and Amazon, which I haven't done at all since I've been out here. But I think after a few days, I'm going to want to get out the place again. Martin Ryder strikes are due to inflation. I've lost touch with it. I'm not looking forward to it. Mr. Who, Brexit hasn't been a success because the powers that be don't want to make it work. They're Ramonas. Nick Ross, it's all caused by greed, Eddie. The UK is in a mess because of it. There has never been a Brexit. That's the problem. Okay. Alan Richardson, 13 years of Tories is the problem. Oh, no, Labour weren't a bundle of fun either. Don't forget, you go back to the winter of discontent in the 1970s, that was under a Labour government. They're all as bad as each other. Let's say Alan Edge, Ponton Southport, migrants moving in. Oh bloody hell! Maybe they'll give them all the blue coats and they can be the new holiday reps. That'll be funny, wouldn't it? Johnsky, it's all drawn up on payments, Eddie. Slowly take our rights away. I am not really. I'll tell you what I have got to do. I better get to the chances there. Oh. There you go. Okay, just about made it. I've got to plug the charger in. Martin Ryder, I don't think Kia cars and the Ginger Growler will be any better. No, I don't think Labour will be any better at all. Crispy, Eddie, we're in a big brother nanny state now. Freedom has slowly been taken away from us. Old PC gone mad. We got plenty to talk about on the Steady Eddie live channel. I had 2,000 subscribers on that last week, and really, I'm looking forward to developing that one this year. That's not a travel channel, so we'll talk about all this kind of stuff when, but I don't. It's just not looking good. I'm just glad. I'm gonna. I'm enjoying my travels while I've still got the chance. Anyway, eat, drink, and be merry. For tomorrow we face the truth. Pete, the population is starting to be hit by the realities of Brexit, especially when it comes to travel to the EU. Okay. I like the idea of traveling to the European Union without a problem, but now it's not the same, is it? And how about the Spanish, the expats in Benidorm, places like that? A lot of them voted Brexit, and now they got the shock of their lives because they seem to think that when they voted Brexit, it didn't apply to them, and now they're being forced out after 3 months. It all become a bit of a farce. Toby Price, I'm a Scottish immigrant in Thailand, not being sent to Rwanda yet. They treat me very well. Good for you, mate. Whatever happened to the Rwanda? Is that being forgotten about? I haven't really watched that much news recently. I mean, is that still on the menu? Flights to Rwanda? Let's see. Eason, man, 4.5 years of trying to stop Brexit. We got half-baked Brexit, only to be immediately hit by a pandemic. So how can you blame any of it on Brexit? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the bloody pandemic threw a spanner in the works for everything, didn't it? Nick Ross, vote reform. Who are they? Lieutenant Columbo's glass eye. Look at the lyrics, the coward of the county. I couldn't sit through that again. Nick Ross, say goodbye to the Tory, the Libs, and the Labours. Well, every now and again, some wizard party comes out of nowhere, threatening to take the world by storm, and they all seem to disappear. I mean, as for the Tories and Labour, I think we're going to be stuck with them in our lifetime. I can't see that happening anytime soon. The public is so inveterate in their voting ways. Mr. Who, people in the UK need to wake up to the fact that the governments are planning on getting rid of cash and having a digital currency only. If this happens, we will lose our freedoms. Fight against it. Okay, fair enough, fair comment. Ben Harrison, base yourself in Thailand and grow the channel, mate. Okay, well, I'm in Thailand now. Yeah, I mean, the fact is that you don't earn mega amounts of money from YouTube, regardless of what anyone tells you. Mr. Who, there is also an army unit called the 77th Brigade that have been actively spying on UK citizens to monitor social media and any dissenting voices against government policies. Jesus Christ. Let's see. Nick Ross. It is Christian. The girls are tall and gorgeous. I've heard that in some of those countries. Is it Montenegro? Is that the one where they got the tallest women? They are lovely women in that part of the world. I know that much. Harry Horton. Hi, Ed. Hope all is good with you. Nice to hear from you, mate. Bobby Crush, the boat trips are fantastic. I went on one last week and Birkenhead was fantastic. Oh, I grew up thinking Birkenhead was an exotic destination. Used to love the ferries across the Mersey. Nick Ross, you never went to Battambang, great place. I went to Battambang years ago, and I thought it was really dull. I mean, you couldn't even walk on the pavements. I mean, the town wasn't even built. I thought it was a very, very dull town. I know a few other people say that that's a good place, but I didn't rate it. Ben Harrison, you can fly direct Phuket to Pattaya, Utapa. I've never used that Pattaya airport. I really, really haven't. I mean, I'm not really sure what the script is with them. I have actually booked a flight from Phuket to Bangkok, so that'll do me anyway. Let's see. Dixie Normas, Ed, all in all, in a month, what would you need to retire in Thailand and live comfortably? And where do you recommend? Well, to retire, I mean, some people say that you can retire on Thailand on £1,000 a month. No, you're not going to live very well on £1,000 a month. You're not. I mean, you will exist on £1,000 a month. £1,500 a month is more realistic. But if you really, really, really want to have a good life and live it up, you're looking at more like £2,000, really. Mr. Who, if the pound baht exchange rate keeps getting worse, the Thai tourism industry will suffer badly as people will go to the Philippines instead. Well, I don't know. I mean, English people, I don't know what percentage English people make up of the Thai tourist industry, but I'm sure there's other countries which make up more. So I don't know. I don't think they'll be that bothered, to be honest with you. Nick Ross, over 12,000 islands to visit in Indonesia. I've only ever been to one and I didn't like it. It's called Bali. Fran, living in Thailand is relatively cheap, but if you indulge in women, then price will triple at least. Yeah, that sounds about right. I agree with you there, mate. I agree with you. Let's see. I do believe in fairies. I did Koh Phi Phi to Rasanda Bay at Phuket 5 years ago, and there were vans to Patong and more. The price were reasonable, if I remember rightly. Okay, like I say, when I'm going to be picked up here at the hotel tomorrow morning or this morning coming up, and that'll be taken to Koh Lanta Pier. I'll get the speedboat to Patong. But when I get, sorry, I'll get the speedboat to Phuket. But when I get there, I don't know how I'm going to get to the hotel. So thanks to the guys who said it's going to take 45 minutes. So that's useful information anyway. So thanks for that anyway. I've got more of an idea now. Ben Harrison. I did a Nigerian girl in Ostend, huge bazookas. Good for you, mate. Who's that? Nick Ross. My stuff got taken down on YouTube, so I went to Vimeo. Okay, I'll have to have a look at Vimeo, see what it is. I did used to watch Vimeo, but I can't remember it was. It was years ago. I don't remember what it was. What's done it? Johnny B, hiya. Nice to hear you, mate. What islands did you enjoy most? Well, of the islands, I went to three islands. I went to Langkawi in Malaysia, and Koh Lipe, and this is Koh Lanta. And I think of the islands, I think I enjoyed Koh Lipe best, simply because you can walk around, lovely beaches, nice island feel to it, lovely place. What's that? Site the Pete. Here's 1,000 views on Rumble is worth 100,000 YouTube views. You should try it. I think I'll just stick with YouTube, to be honest with you. Johnny B, great nightlife in Phuket. Go Madhead and Littlehead. It's great fun. Okay, thanks for that. Thanks for that. The Lost King of Scotland. I'm in Camperhead. Disappointing compared to Phnom Penh. The ladies in Infinity Bar on Street 136 were asking after you. Really? Oh, you don't. I mean, Kampot is a laid back town. It's a nice, pleasant little town, but the quality of women is nowhere near Phnom Penh. It's nowhere near. I mean, in Phnom Penh, you do get some lovely chicks, whereas in Kampot, they look more like from a council estate. They look more like Kirby girls. Definitely not in the same league. Eastern man. I've been asked by airlines about return or onward tickets, but when I show my retirement visa, they say okay and check me in. Okay, sounds good for that. Thanks for your info anyway, mate. Paul Owen and Kata and Karen are with a Kata and Karen are worth a look, and Rawani. Okay, thanks for that. Repair shop. Boris gave us a fake Brexit. I'm sure I seem to remember the days when Boris was a Remainer, and then all of a sudden he decided he wanted to be a Brexiteer. I mean, not like Boris to be a fake anything, is it? Bottle baby. YouTube is about who you know. Some people get away with murder, and others live under Big Brother. You could have something there. Yours Travels is here. Nice to hear from you, Yours. Yours has done a fair bit of travelling. Good to hear from you, mate, anyway. Yeah, Yours went to Phuket. I'm off to Phuket tomorrow anyway. So nice to hear from you. Bobby Cush, I'm shocked at what Liverpool looks like now. Town looks like, okay, but I'm not going to repeat that. I'm not going to repeat that. I heard, from somebody that Liverpool was the last place, the last British town the last English town in England or something. They haven't got too much of that kind of stuff. That's what I heard. Anyway, Spitz Energy. Anyone else missing Frey Benter's steak and ale pie? The thing about Frey Benter's pies, they're in a tin. I mean, they're such great, and they never let you down. The fact that they're in a tin, they can keep for a very, very long time. And and now and again, when you really, really feel like one, they go perfect. They go well with chips. They go well with just about anything. A good, good solid Frey Benter's steak and ale pie. Lovely stuff. Javier Lopez, I hope you're well, mate. I'm just back from Battaya last weekend. I had the pleasure of meeting Nick and Martin in Soy 7. Lovely guys. Feeling so down here in England. Yeah, yeah, I met Nick and Martin. Both, they run a great show. I watched their show. And yeah, cool guys, cool guys. So, well, I'm feeling down here in England. Oh, sorry to hear that, mate, anyway. Don't worry, your next holiday will come around soon. Bobby Crush, now they're planning on housing 3,000 immigrants at Pontons at Ainsdale. I've emailed my counsellors and my MP, as I know young girls and women will be in danger. You could have a point there, Bobby. I mean, when we do the Steady Eddie live channel, when we get that up and running again, we'll talk about such issues. I don't really want to talk about this because it's not travel friendly, really. But yeah, yeah, I know exactly what you mean, mate. I'm with you all the way there. Yours travels. Ponton Southport have had migrants there for 7 years. I don't live to Southport. When I was a kid, Southport was a dream destination. I mean, the worst that they had in Southport in them days was the bloody Hell's Angels and the skinheads battling it out at the fairgrounds. Jesus Christ. Sean Harris. I remember the winter of discontent being under Ted Heath. No, Ted Heath, that government had problems. I think you mean James Callaghan. He was the worst prime minister ever. It was under the Labour government that the winter of discontent took place. Johnny B. Brexit cannot be defined accurately. You're after the pandemic and the whole world's doomed. The whole world's riddled with problems. Don't you just love the 21st century? Bottle baby, is the chest still clean shaved? I did rub a razor over there anyway, so I got rid of some of the excess hairs. The Undertaker, what kind of undies do you wear, Ed? And more importantly, what kind of undies do you like your ladies to wear? I like them to wear nothing, absolutely nothing. Shane W., a failed asylum seeker, murdered an 88-year-old woman who took him in. I know, dreadful, dreadful. I mean, it's absolutely dreadful. I mean, all kinds of dreadful, dreadful things. Absolutely dreadful things. Let's just put a recommend. No, I don't. I'm not going to put a recommendation on the channel anyway. But we'll talk about this sort of thing on Steady Eddie Live. Your travels, Southport's a nasty place now. It's just bad for black people. They've all gone downhill. They've all gone downhill. Let's see. France, the irony is that YouTube allows full-fronted Brazilian wax videos of male and female. Yeah, but I wouldn't want to see that personally. Jay Rosen, hi Eddie. I'm sitting in the cabin in front of a warm fireplace. It's winter outside. It's snowing and it's minus 13 Celsius. Missing Thailand. Okay, okay. Sounds cozy where you are, though. That sounds really, really cozy. Mark Murphy, always found Phuket expensive and full of bum boys dropping anchor in Poo Harbour. Okay. Spitz Energy talking about Frey bento spies. It's that soggy bit underneath the crust that does it for me. Mum always burnt it. So I love Frey bento spies. Every now and again, they're so reliable. I've never ever had one of those Frey bentos tin pies that hasn't tasted good. They always at the at the mark. Paul Owen, go and see Howard, owner of the Green Man, Chalong. Nice guy. Proper English pub. Okay. Yours travels. I love Phuket, but stay wide awake to the scams and bar bills. It was the worst place for it on my last trip. Okay, well, thanks for that anyway, yours. Thanks for telling me that. Adam, I have to say, Ed, I've been well impressed with your travels this time around. Nice one, being very enjoyable to watch. Okay, thanks for that, mate. Thanks for that. Appreciate that. Bobby Cross, email your MPs and tell me you haven't got consent of the British people. No one voted for this. Fair play, fair play. Repair shop. Rwanda was designed to fail by the fake conservatives. It was a farce, wasn't it? Absolute farce. John Mitch, flights to Rwanda are suspended. I mean, it cost millions as well, didn't it? It was an absolute farce. I mean, absolute bloody farce. Nice to hear from you, John. Anyway, Ben Harrison, Rwanda flights wrapped up in cocaine. It's a non-star, it's just a chemical. It's bloody disaster. Absolutely disaster. Okay. Let's see, Macadog. Shout out to YouTube channel History Debunk. Yeah, great. He does a great channel, terrific, absolutely terrific. Let's see, Seamus Doherty. He's off to Awahin soon. Um, Good for you. Cap on, they've got a ruling to allow them to send people to Rwanda, but asylum seekers are allowed to change the rule. It's all a farce, mate. It's all an absolute farce. Nigel Farage hit the nail on the head. It's because the European, human rights bill. Yeah, that's the thing. They're always going to pull something out of their hat. I mean, do you think that we will ever solve the problem? We can moan and whinge and complain and say, isn't it terrible? But will we ever solve the problem of all those illegals coming across the channel? I'll believe it when I see it. If there's ever going to be a solution, I'll believe it when I see it. John Mitch, are you in Phuket? No, but I will be in about. I will be there tomorrow afternoon. Anyway, so I have to. I've got to get up tomorrow. I've got to, got to get the boat, and this time tomorrow I'll be in Phuket. Bobby Crush, fight back, don't roll over. Okay. Speaking of rollovers, Lisa Dale. Oh dear, back in England, are you? No, no, Lisa, my darling. I'm actually still here in Thailand. I'm in the exotic island of Koh Lanta, and I'm off to Phuket tomorrow. So nice of you to ask. And Posham, New Brighton now. Posham, why have they got have you got indoor toilets there now? I used to love New Brighton when I was a kid. That little castle, that little fort that they had on the end. Macadog, Nigel Farage, great man. We have a lot to thank him for. Great man. A lot to thank him for. He's the one who really, got us out of the European Union, wasn't he? He was the one who really done it. And now Brexit. What have we got with Brexit? The idea we were going to take back control of our borders. We've got more immigrants coming in than ever before. The pound is become is devalued. The NHS is in a worse state than ever. Yeah, so we've got a lot to thank him for. Yeah, absolutely. Ben Manila, Phuket is awesome, Eddie, but get your cash out. Yeah, I have heard that. Toby Price, RPM is a multi-millionaire who's never been to an NHS hospital. How can he run the show? I know. I mean, they're all. A lot of these are millionaires. Even the Labour ones are millionaires. What I can never understand about a lot of these MPs who appear out of nowhere is that they have a knighthood. Sir Keir Starmer. There was a Liberal Democrat one, wasn't there? I can't remember his name now, but he was a Sir. Where did he get these bloody knighthoods from? I've never heard of these people before. So where did he get the knighthood from? Sander Taylor. I didn't live in Birkenhead, but I was born there. There was something really dreadful happened in Birkenhead. Yeah, there was a There was a shooting, what wasn't it, of a lady in Birkenhead recently. I didn't live in Birkenhead, but I was born there. I used to like Birkenhead. I used to like getting, I used to like that ferry journey. That was about as close as I got to a holiday. John Mitch, you can live up to in Colombia, live it up in Colombia for £1,000 per month. You say this, John. This is interesting. I know you know Colombia well, but whereabouts in Colombia? What is the name of the place that you go to in Colombia? What is the name of the? Is it a beach resort or something? Where is it? I don't think I've ever actually heard you mention the name of the place. I mean, I've been to Medellin, Cali, Cartagena in Colombia. I'm sure there are some good beach towns there in Colombia, but I don't actually know of them. Let's see, Capitonian. Oh yeah, do you answer your head? What happens in Phuket? Do day trips out to the islands, go snorkeling. It's fantastic, great fun. Book on TripAdvisor. They pick you up at your hotel. Well, I did do some of that many years ago, but I've kind of lost touch with Phuket. So, yeah, we'll see what happens anyway. Let's see. Macadog, you'll be busting to get back to town after 1 week, same as every other time. Okay. Seamus Doherty is off to Wahin soon. Good for you, mate. Let's see. Yours travels 1,300, very comfortable for a month. Have you seen the condos you can get for 10,000 baht? That's about 250 quid, just outside the busy areas. Or 15,000, a really complex with pools and gym. That sounds good. That sounds good. I was tempted to stay in a condo in Pattaya for a few weeks, or maybe a month. The problem with condos is that they tend to be away from the action, and I don't want to be getting transport every night. I like to step out of the door and see all the nightlife there in front of me. Like Cyber Cow. Spitz Enzy, best thing about living in Thailand is wearing the Rolex Submariner and not being robbed. It is probably 99% fake. Brilliant. Okay. Sounds good anyway. I've never worn any jewelry personally. Never worn any. Bart Simpson, what's your thoughts on people who clap when the plane lands? I wonder if the co-pilot does it. I think it's all a bit corny, isn't it? As long as they haven't got the clap, that's all right by me. Bit corny there. And yes, Thailand isn't asking proof onward travel or return travel but over 50s now. Okay, thanks for that anyway. Number Nas511. Hiya, been a long time subscriber, great channel. Living in Patong 4 years plus. Love to catch up. Keep up the great work. Okay, cheers. Thanks for that, mate. Anyway, thanks for that. Your travels. Eddie hit the Dust Till Dawn bar on Bangla. Only a small bar, but very tasty girl works in a day. She finishes at 8. Okay, that sounds good. Dust Till Dawn, there was one of those bars somewhere else. Was that in Phnom Penh? Was that in Phnom Penh? Okay, I'm all open to suggestions because I've kind of lost touch with Phuket. So it'll be my first time there in 20 years. Johnny B, did you suffer any mosquito bites whilst on the islands? The worst one was in that bamboo hut that I was staying in Koh Lanta. They were bloody awful. I've had a few. Mosquitoes always seem to attack your ankles, don't they? I have been spraying myself with stuff and all that, but they are a real pain. And Frey Bender should come with ankle grind to get them. I know they are a bit of a bastard to open. You need a bloody good tin opener for them. Mr. Who, every city is becoming immigrant central. White people moving out to the suburbs and countryside. Okay. Well, that's enough of that. Bart Sims, I went to Liverpool for the first time last year during a heat wave. I had a couple of great days, met some great locals. Lots of beggars, though. Not aggressive ones, though. Okay. I haven't been to Liverpool for donkey's years. It's not really on the menu for me. Martin Ryder, Eddie, serious question. Why do you want to come back to England without it? Well, was any family? Whatever. Well, because I'm English, I believe if you're going to make a big move and move abroad, there's still things in England I like. Even the simple things, like doing your Asda shopping online, and there's still things about England that I like, but it's got negative. It just sounds very, very negative. It'll be interesting to see when I get back to England if it's really, really as negative as what I'm hearing. And at the end of the day, the land of smiles, if you lived there all the time, it wouldn't be as good, because don't forget, it's not sunny weather all the time here in Thailand or this part of the world. I mean, how about that long rainy season? And it's that's not really much fun. So I'm quite happy doing what I'm doing at the moment. Let me see now. Skip Arno Africa's. I seen you was very very well known supporting the channel. Can you tell us why you don't fancy getting a bar in Pattaya or an island, having some girls wear it? A bar, I wouldn't want to open a bar, because the thing is, you're tied to the bar, then, aren't you? You've got to be in that bar, and it becomes that will become like a burden to me. I'm not so sure I'd really really enjoy that. And also, I mean, the idea of running a bar, you would have to. Yeah, you'd have to attend to that bar all the time yourself, because the alternative to that is putting the bar in other people's hands, and then you run the risk of being robbed blind. I mean that happens in all countries, so I don't think that's for me really. Let's see, Martin Ryder, leave the back hair. I think the birds love it. All one of these days we're gonna have a full body wax. Who's this? Repair shop. Our Indian Prime Minister wants to raise the pension age to 68. By the time I get to that age, they'll probably put it back to 98. Sean Harris. What airlines have you used on your travels? Have you got a favourite? Well, I do like Eva Airways a lot. Eva are really, really good. They never had a problem. I simply never had a problem with them. A direct flight from Heathrow to Bangkok. Um, they're good value, better value than the other ones. And yeah, I like Eva. Eva's bloody good. Some of those Eastern airlines are pretty good, but then you have to, they're not a direct flight. You'd have to go to places that you wouldn't really want to go to change planes. Mr. Here, why do things only ever get worse? Imagine the UK in 50 years. I cry for my grandkids' future. Well, they say things only ever get worse, but you think about it. I mean, were things really, really better 40 or 50 years ago? I mean, if you go back to the 1970s, the news was all full of strikes and inflation and all kinds of stuff. So was it really better 50 years ago than it is now? It's the same old. As long as you're still alive, you know what I mean? It's that's all that matters, really. Yours travels. I'm just about to bite the bullet for April and May flights. We'll bite as soon as I can get 800 quid for a decent airline. Okay, 800 quid for a decent airline. So that's doable. That's doable. Let's see. Ben Harrison. Phuket is too many ladyboys for my line. Oh, they get everywhere. They do, and some in some cases they even bloody follow you back to your hotel. Englishman in Malta. Don't holiday in UK. Come to sunny Malta, wet and windy, 9 Celsius. I believe that's the closest island that's closest to the African coast or something like that, isn't it? Or is it? I'm sure what Malta's worth a visit. I'd like to visit Malta. I would. I'd like to visit that. Tanda man, this has become a conspiracy theory chat all of a sudden, has it? Really? Let's see, yourselves. I agree. Your time's been great this year. You've definitely come across happier, Ed. Okay, well, glad to hear it. Glad to hear that. Thanks for that, mate. Anyway, who's that? Ken Christopherson. Eddie, Hey, the background pictures were hidden. Yeah, that's why hidden that is. Yours travels. Eddie, it seems like 6 months ago we were having a pint and fish and chips. It was only 2 months ago. That was November, wasn't it? Was it late November or something like that? Yeah, you're right there. We had my favorite little fish and chip place in LK Metal. Lovely stuff. I haven't found a better fish and chips anywhere around. Really haven't. Okay, so anyway, let's see. So anyway, we've been on for a fair bit now. Anyway, it's God, no, what time is it now? It's just about 3 o'clock in the morning here, and I've had to keep my voice down because there's people in the room next door, and anyway, and they've got a do not disturb sign, so I don't know what they're up to anyway. But I'm going to finish this one off. So listen, I'm going to finish this one off here. I'll skip through the chat anyway. Let's see. Let's see, Johnny B. What are your favourite moments so far in your trip? Well, Pattaya got off to a great start. Pattaya is always good fun, isn't it? I also like Siam Reap and Phnom Penh. I always I say Siam Reap. That's some great moments, really really good moments. John Mitch. I just go to Colombia for the Rumpty Bump, stay in an apartment in Bogota. I found my rumpy partners online, arranged for Uber to collect them. He's living the dream. John Mitch is living the dream. Good for you, mate. Good for you. Good for you. What's this? Paul Hansen. There's a good bar to begin the Bangla Road. Plays live rock music. I think it's called Red Hot Bar. Okay. Thanks for that anyway. Okay, well, I'm going to finish now. We've been on for about an hour and 40 minutes. It's 3 o'clock in the morning here. So I'm going to say good night anyway. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Let's see. Nick Ross. The Bali you went to, it was not the best place to go in Indonesia. Bali's a huge tourist trap. No, has been for years. Try other islands, less visited. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe. I didn't like Bali. I just didn't like the attitude. I didn't even like the people there. Englishman in Malta. Yes, we are between Sicily and Tunis. Yeah, I'd like to visit Sicily as well, definitely. Yours travels. Take care, Ed and gang. Okay, thanks everybody. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Thanks for everyone who's given me advice on Phuket. And the next time you hear from me, I will be in Phuket. I've got that journey tomorrow. And anyway, thanks for tuning in, guys. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you soon. Cheers.